shit, what a night, you know. I'm proud of myself, you know, took a chance, jumped out there strong, right off a hand injury, jumped up there with the best, one of the best guys in the division, one of the best guys in boxing. So my head is held high. I am proud of myself. I've done an awesome job for Lions Only and my crew and my team. And I love boxing, so I'm not going nowhere. And, you know, just jump right into it. And, you know, Canelo's a motherfucking beast, you know what I'm saying? He an ox. You know, maybe I felt that more because of the fact that, you know, this is my first time at that weight division. I wish I could have gained a little bit more weight in between the you know, from the weigh-in to that time, but I can't control my body and I can't, you know, but like God had this already written, and you know, I'm glad that I was in there with, you know, to put on the performance for Showtime pay-per-view. Questions?
Hey, Jermell, did you feel like his strength was an issue? Like, you know, he was able to kind of back you up a lot throughout the fight. Was that an issue?
I feel like, you know, you can't just charge at any fighter, you know, like you can't, you know, his power did play an effect, but it wasn't like too dominant to a point where I couldn't come forward, and I should have came forward a little bit more in this fight. But, you know, I'm a human and you get tired, your lateral movement, and, you know, like I said, I felt some of his punches, so it was cool.
And I think you said you weighed about 172 or 173. In your opinion, what would have been optimal if you could have, you know, gotten a little heavier? How much more would have made a difference?
Maybe 5 pounds, possibly more. You know what I mean? I just felt his, you know, the same strength that he normally have. You know, like what we usually see. Like I said, I was testing myself in there, so, you know, that is. Thank you.
Question in the back.
I can't see. Oh.
You have to have the mic. Let's go.
Stand by.
Go ahead, Naj. He's on.
Yo. Mel, what's up, brother? Congratulations on just, you know, being a part of this big event. In the 7th round, you got hit with a big shot, and you didn't initially go down. It looked like you took a knee. I kind of wanted to know what, in that moment, like, was it, you know, you got stung and you were trying to clear your head? What happened in that moment for you?
Yeah, you know, like, that was, like, my true first time, like, you know, feeling, you know, like a woozy shot, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the one always giving them. And so, yeah, I knew best. I watched boxing and been a part of it so long that, you know, if I would have just jumped out there, I would have kind of embarrassed myself. So, you know, or shit could have been different. But I was smart enough to regroup, recover, and I recovered really fast. Probably could have stayed up or whatever, but I'd have just been fighting, trying to clear my head and still be getting head shots. You know?
Were you really hurt in that moment? You came back and you threw a hook right after that seemed to land pretty good. You feel like you were still in the moment, like you were fine after that moment?
Correct. Yeah, I was good. You know, I get back up. Ain't nothing. I got my eyes back up. You know, get back up and continue to fight.
Jermell, right here in the front row.
Yeah.
Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. You mentioned to Kevin that he's not the type of opponent that you just charge at, that you come out. Throughout the fight, it looked as if you were trying to sort of get into your groove, but he was controlling the tempo. Was there ever a point in the fight you felt comfortable, that you felt that you were in control or at your pace, your tempo, or did you feel that you were having to adapt and fight his fight?
I really don't know what round it was, but it was like within some of the later rounds. I felt like I hit him with a solid 1-2 that was kind of like effective. He didn't see some, you know, I also hit him with a good hook that was kind of blinding. He didn't possibly see, but you know, I felt like I never got to a real point to I can get into my bag like I wanted to, like truthfully.
Jermell, how did you feel about this experience in the super middleweight division? And after your rest, who's next?
I'm going back down to 154, so that's going to be major. I can do it. I can make the weight easy. And the experience was amazing. It was cool. I appreciate fans of boxing, period. But you got to get your hats off to the Mexican fans that support boxing and come out to shows like this. And I never want to leave out my African American fans because my American fans, period. I just want to say you can't lead them out because they come out just as well as the Mexican fans. It's just one is crazier than the other.
Jermell,
Yeah.
back here. Keith Eidig from BoxingScene.com. Jermell, at the higher weight that you were tonight, did you feel sluggish or anything, or how did you feel when you were moving around the ring?
A little tad bit. I'm used to moving around much lighter, of course, but it was fine. I moved around. I was just trying to follow my game plan of my coaches, and a part of that was really coming forward, but moving around was a part of the game plan too. But I didn't I felt the weight, of course.
Jermell, over here. Congratulations on your effort. Given you've said you're going back to 154, you've got 3 of the belts in that division. Is the obvious fight to make the winner of Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza?
I just follow the plans and I fight whoever. Obviously, we can see. It's about being great, and I'm already a legend in boxing. Hopefully, y'all put me in the Hall of Fame. I don't know who the hell controls that, but I deserve it. And possibly I'll come back to 154, or I'll just listen to my coaches, let them tell me what to do next, and I'm on it.
Would you like to become undisputed again, though, at 154?
Of course, but it's about fighting the best fights and making the most money at this point in my life and career. So fighting, Brian Mendoza or Tszyu, who got an Australian fan base, it's just not as satisfying to me sometimes. But like I said, I listen to my coaches, follow the plans of my management, and go from there.
Jermell, Ernesto Amador from No Puedes Jugar Boxeo. And the same question, please, for Johan Guzman. You mentioned that you can beat Canelo, that you are ready to beat his skills. Canelo's skills surprise you? Because Canelo mentioned it's different when you talk about me, but in the ring it's going to be different. So Canelo's skills surprise you?
Personally, I don't want to say it surprised me. He showed his attention span was a lot thicker in the ring than it seems. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know their game plan. But just watching his skills in the ring with me, I felt like I could have did a lot more than I did. So I've seen it before. I've been in the ring with a lot of different fighters, and I've seen people with, I've seen skills, and he has some great skills in the ring. You got to give it to him. I don't even know when the last time I even talked about his skills. Like, that's just something that he needed to motivate himself. And, so well be it. We're here to fight, and I got in there to fight. Simple as that. So skills, everybody. If you at the top and you're in a pound for pound, and you're one of the best fighters in the world, you got to have some type of skills. So did I not believe in his skills? Shit, I don't know when I didn't believe in his skills. I don't care about that. Like, I don't believe in nobody's skills. I think I'm the best fighter in the world. I still think that right now. So I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Hey, Jermell, right here. Mm-hmm. Dan Rayfield, over to the side. Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I wondered. It seemed like you obviously got behind in a hole early, no doubt about that. So I wonder at what point in the fight did you realize this is not going how I wanted it to go, and at some point I'm going to have to radically change the plan and maybe try to sell out a little bit or whatever, because it just never really seemed to happen.
Yeah, it didn't, and it sucks. In the second round, Coach Derek let me know, like I slipped up on that round, and I lost the second round, and I was like, damn. So I just never got to a point where I can make the fight more, to a point where they could put a little bit of pressure on his team, a little bit more pressure on him as well. So that's part of it.
So the other question I had then was, and maybe I missed this before I came in, when he dropped you, I think it was the 7th round.
Yeah.
What kind of power did he have, and did that make you reticent to try to sell out the rest of the fight because you might get caught with something huge coming back?
Nah, I don't know what you mean by sell out.
Just like go for it, Not wildly and recklessly, but just go and do what you can do and try to really
just
pick up the pace.
No sellout period whatsoever. It was just about continuing to just fight the way you fight, and try to optimize everything that the coaches say and hurry up and get it done. And so it was a flash. It was like a shot I didn't see, and I regrouped myself. I gave myself a chance to regroup, but I thought like, okay, now we got to go back and win the next few rounds because I know when it's an 8-10 round.
Thank you.
Jermell, over here.
I came from.
Mohammed Mubarak with EURweb.com.
Hello, Mohammed.
Throughout the fight, it seemed to be a habit that he had of putting you in a headlock and trying to get rough with you.
Right.
Did it bother you anytime, any of those tactics?
No, not at all. I don't think so. I do remember the headlock a few times. Matter of fact, every time I kind of got it in that position, I felt that he's a clever fighter.
Do you think that maybe if you were a little more aggressive throughout the fight?
I could steal that from him in the future.
What do you think that if you could have been more aggressive than you were throughout the fight?
I could have, yeah. I could have been more aggressive, honestly.
Jermell, over here to your right on the
Yeah.
Francisco Salazar, Ring Magazine. One of the game plans that Al Bernstein focused on for Canelo was cutting off the ring. Do you think that maybe that was one component that maybe worked against you, that he cut off the ring more quicker, more sooner than you expected him to do?
No, I actually thought that, if you're from Ring Magazine, boxing, when you're in a square circle, I felt like I was rotating pretty well, getting around, and I was able to catch a lot of shots with my gloves.
True.
So I did rotate well. It was just about, my attack when it came down to after I rotated and got out of the shot, or blocked the shot, my return was my issue, and my aggressiveness of going forward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Time for just two more, then we'll let Jermell.
Jermell Charlo, Stephen Cordeño, KO Artist Sportsman. Congratulations on a great performance, great effort. Could you clarify what's going on with the WBO? I know you were going to be undisputed for this fight. They said they were going to ship you afterwards. Just what's going on?
Is the WBO in the room at all? Is there any representative for the WBO?
They're not going to say it. They are.
I mean, they have to, right? I mean, this is a big fight. This is, I don't know, truthfully, I would like to talk with somebody from the WBO and see what kind of issues they can resolve. I don't know if they already made their decision or whatever they made, but, that was already taken from the beginning before the fight, and that sucks. Part of life and a part of I got to just continue to roll with the punches, but, Jermell Charlo never get the fair end of the stick. I got to go and fight for mine, but, I believe that moving up to two-weight classes to fight for undisputed and continue to stay active, and of course I wasn't active for a year because I was off with a hand injury, and from the moment that my hand got injured, the fight got canceled, or whatever happened, the WBO sent me letters from like 30 letters and had me going back and forth to the doctor, randomly just having to prove to them that MRIs and CAT scans and CT scans and X-rays and any time that they wanted to, they must really, got a relationship with the people in Australia. So. And that's okay with me. And I just got to continue to be a champion and continue to fight and bars none. Put my heart on the line every time I get in there. Yeah.
Jermell.
Oh.
Lance Pugmire, ppv.com. I wanted to ask you, I know you talked about this in the ring. Terence Crawford, does that make all the sense in the world for your next fight?
Yeah. Terence Crawford could be on a radar. I think he already probably been on Twitter, like lip wrestling with the internet, just to get some clout, some fans, and it's fine, But he's a champion. He's great at what he do, and my brother Earl got to get it on with him, and Earl want his lick back. So, and that's what boxing is about. So for the next few years, or in due time, you guys will be completely entertained. And maybe I'll talk a little bit more shit, because that's what y'all want from me. Because Terence Crawford been talking shit, so they're gonna bring out a different animal in me. But I don't know which animal. But yeah, man, I can fight Terence Crawford next.
Jermell, thank you.
Where you at?
Back here. Thank you very much. Terrific promotion. Appreciate all your hard work.
Hey, shout out to Floyd.
throughout.
He came in and showed me some love.
Come on up, Floyd.
You know, I gotta let y'all see the great. He don't come around too often.
Floyd Mayweather.
All right, I guess I'm out. Lines only for life.
Stay up. Where's Ashley? Ashley? Huh? Yes. $100%. Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Floyd Mayweather, undefeated, TBE. I'd like you to take to the podium. Tell us.
Hello, everyone. Tonight, I gotta let Leonard do the introduction, and the reason why is because y'all know how it is. If I get in the ring with one of my fighters, I'm still in the shine, and if I don't show up, I'm hating on them. So I let Leonard do it. I just wanted to introduce Mayweather Promotions' most recent signee. He's a future world champion. He had an outstanding performance tonight. He's 1-0, and he's on his way to greatness. Carmel Moten. Yeah, y'all gotta show my fighter a little bit more love than that now. You gotta realize, we put our lives on the line. It's blood, sweat, and tears. See, a lot of y'all sit behind a computer and write about us fighters, but you guys never take the time out to really go in the gym and see what these guys go through. Now, on media day, you guys do show up, and we're appreciative, because without the media and the support from the people from all walks of life around the world, we wouldn't be where we at. So I want to say thank you to all the media, the different media outlets. Kevin, you guys have been with me, 27 years? So, I know what it takes when it's a fight of this magnitude. And I was the same young fighter before, and I had a dream. So I'm proud of you. And it's no different from other young fighters that I believed in, that I said was going to be good and great someday. Just like Gervonta Tank Davis, he was in the same shoes you were in, and they didn't believe, but then when it happened, they believed, then all the jealousy came. So I'm proud of you, and I'm pretty sure they got a few questions for you. Come on up.
Okay. What up?
Come on, Kevin. I need you. What?
How did you feel? Tell us
You're
how
right.
you felt tell us how you felt.
Hold on, hold on.
Yo. I got one. Hey, Carmel, what's up, brother? Congratulations on your first win, debut. You put him out pretty quickly, you know what I'm saying? This being your first fight, was there any jitters? How did you feel actually, kind of breaking yourself in?
I felt ready. I had a great camp with my team, and I know I had Floyd behind me. He believes in me, so I had the utmost confidence going into this fight, and I went in there and did what I do.
I just had one other one. I had the chance to talk to Leonard this week. He said that you graduated from Floyd Mayweather University. He said you've been with him since he was about 5 years old.
About 8 years old.
Yeah, Floyd, how you've seen it all. How far do you feel like, just based on seeing them and training them, that Carmel will go?
Well, he's only 17 years old. He's only 17. And a lot of amateur experience, international experience. But, and it's crazy, my Uncle Jeff, he's right there. He has the Mayweather channel, so you guys can show love and support him on YouTube. But with this being said, Jeff he got a lot of, solid fighters in the gym. And these guys work with one another every day and push each other to be great. And at 8 years old, 9 years old, I always told him in due time. Everything takes time, and I feel like the timing is right. Even if he still want to go to the Olympic Games, we still want to put him in the Olympic Games. But why not get him started right now? And Leonard, Showtime, Steven, I want to say thank you just for believing in me. When no one else believed in me, you guys believed in me. When I came to you guys and I said, this is the deal that I want. And the deal that I wanted was, the deal that I had couldn't have no limit on it. Just me being with you, and when I talk about this to everyone, when you look at certain athletes' careers, when you look at Michael Jordan's career, Michael Jordan got with a company which was Nike. In America, we like to call it Nike, even though it's Nike. It was a $300 million company. He turned that company became a $168 billion company. And Michael Jordan don't own nothing from that company. Whereas with me, I gambled on myself. And with that $750 million came from you guys. So I just want to say thank you. And today, the things that I'm able to do for these young fighters is, even with today, with him going out there fighting, I was able to get him sponsorship where he was able to make more money with the sponsorship than when he fought. So, and then what we're going to do is teach these kids about being financially responsible so that when he's my age, he's living okay. So I'm very proud of you. We want to make sure that you invest in real estate, like myself, and make some smart investments so you don't end up like a lot of other athletes. And we don't want the sport of boxing to retire you. You want to be able to retire from the sport when you're ready, so you could be like me, articulate well, and you still got all your faculties. So I'm proud of you. You're only 17, so you have a lot, and a lot of stories they're going to write. You're going to have good stories. You're going to have bad stories, but it's up to you to know what you want out here in this world. You stay positive. You keep believing, and you surround yourself with positive people, and anything can happen.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions, Showtime, and I just appreciate it.
Carmel, right here in the front row. Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. So my question is, and this is sort of to piggyback off what Floyd just said. You've been around since a little boy, and I'm sure him and Leonard have taught you and sort of preached the hard work that it takes in the ring. What have you learned watching him as a young man growing into 17 years old outside the ring, of how you have to carry yourself, and not as a boxer, but as a grown man?
Like Floyd has said, I've learned just how to handle myself, the way he carries himself with confidence and stands on his business. And I just plan to follow his footsteps and be the next big thing.
My question is for.
I want to piggyback off that question. I want these young guys to be better than me. I really want these young fighters to be better than me outside the ring. Remember, I didn't have, you got to realize I come from a real rough background. Very, very rough background. And even though I had a great father, when I say great, because without my father, all of this wouldn't be possible. So I want him to be better than I was. All the certain mistakes that I made, I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to be there for me, to teach me certain things. But I want everyone to know, my children, every day I wake up, I'm happy that God has blessed me with healthy children. A lot of things that we take for granted, and those are the things that I don't take for granted. Yes, I had a great career. Yes, I made a bunch of money. But one of the most important things about my career was my defense. It's just like when you guys look at guys like Sugar Ray Robinson, and you guys look at certain fighters like Muhammad Ali. There's nothing great about taking punishment, being able to talk, voicing your opinion, and then when you're in a position where you can't talk and you can barely walk, the world want to say that, oh, you're the greatest. If I got to be put in that position to be great, then that's not for me. As you guys can see, I have my grandson there with me today, and that's a great thing that I'm able to play with him. I'm still able to do exhibitions, travel the world, and like I said before, I didn't do this all by myself. You guys, the stories that you guys wrote helped. Whether it was a negative story, a positive story, you guys kept my name out there. And I will put him in a position to keep his name out there in a more positive light. So I'm proud of you. Leonard's proud of you. Mayweather Promotions is proud of you. And a lot of these media guys, I want you to look at them, because you got to turn the non-believers into believers. Because all these guys for many, many years said, oh, this is the guy that's going to beat Floyd, and this is the guy that's going to beat Floyd, and I proved them all wrong. So it's about self-preservation as a law of the land. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else can believe in you.
This is for Carmel and for Floyd, if you can answer this. We were with Shakur Stevenson yesterday. He had very high praise for you. He spoke about not in detail about the sparring, but just he was so impressed with you in the sparring earlier this year. And when he was asked who you remind him of, he said Naoya Inoue, which is pretty high praise. I'm just wondering what you think of that, and Floyd, maybe who he reminds you of.
Yeah, I've known Shakur for a long time throughout the amateurs. He watched me grow up in the amateurs too. And with the comparison, I mean, Inoue is a solid fighter. He has skills. He's fast, strong. But I feel like I'll be a lot bigger than him. I'll be a lot better fighter than him when it's all said and done. And I'm just getting started. I'm 17. It's my pro debut. And I feel like I have a lot of potential, and I'm going to show it.
I can't really say who his style is like. That kid from Japan, he's a hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter. And what we doing in today's time, we're making dream matches. No different from, we done the Mayweather Canelo, we done the Mayweather McGregor, we done the Mayweather Pacquiao. We do the biggest matches out there. So in due time, we never know. It could be him. And I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but the kid from Japan, if that's okay, no disrespect. But, and we know Shakur is one hell of a fighter, and soon he'll be in a position where he's beating everybody. Then eventually, everybody be calling you out. No different from everybody wants to fight Tank. That's just how it works in the sport of boxing. At one particular time, I wanted to fight everyone. It was very difficult. It was very hard. Then once I became the man, damn near 20 years, I was the man, and every fighter wanted to fight me. So that's how it works. But I want these media guys to, take some time out their schedules Sometimes it just go to the gym and see how these fighters run. Follow them when they go home. See how they live. This kid come from nothing like myself. So when these kids come from nothing, and when he was a kid, when he didn't have nothing, I make sure that I was there. So these are the things that we don't talk about, or we don't, I don't glorify, because when I do certain things, I do it with just a beautiful heart for a kid like this. When he was a kid, if him and his father, Curtis, can barely make ends meet, I want to make sure that their rent was paid. I wanted to make sure they had food in their refrigerator. When I get on the podium and I win a fight, I never talk about these things. Mark my word, remember this. Within 24 months, he'll be a multi-millionaire. Remember, I told you that. Now mark it down, because I told you guys before. Remember, I told you guys about certain things. I told you guys about Gervonta Tank Davis. You guys didn't listen. I told you about how easy the Pacquiao fight was going to be. You guys said it wasn't so. I'm like Nostradamus. Y'all know when I predict something, it's going to be what it's going to be. So within 24 months, he'll be a millionaire.
Hey, Carmel, right here. Right here.
Oh, what up?
This is Skip Brown from Dante's Boxing Nation. Congratulations, young man, on a great victory. I have a two-part question, one for you and one for
I think he be at my gym, don't he?
yeah. So my first question to you is, you're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're going to know in the least amount of fights. I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that.
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right. No disrespect, champ. No disrespect. No, my question to both. My question to you first, Carmel. How does it feel to be backed?
Hurry up, because we got to let Canelo come.
All right, by the greatest of all time. How does it feel to be backed by him? And now you took your first step into creating your own greatness. And Floyd, my question for you is, what was it like for you? What was going through your mind after your first victory?
We can't be disrespectful. When he get to a certain level, we got to let Canelo come here. No disrespect. This is Canelo is the main event and the main attraction. So I'm not going to do that. Dante, you're going to be able to pull us to the side so we can talk and answer that question.
Okay.
I got to respect Canelo. Hell of a champion. Done a hell of a job tonight. It's best that we let Canelo get his shine.
It's the main event. It will be replaying next Saturday on Showtime, followed by the Emmy Award-winning All Access Epilogue. But first, we would like to welcome the man that needs no introduction, successfully defending his undisputed super middleweight crown, the third defense, first man in the four-belt era to do that successfully. He is a four-division world champion accompanied by longtime trainer Eddie Reynoso. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Gracias.
All right, and now we will turn things over to Canelo as he will make his opening comments talking about his defeat of the undisputed junior middleweight champion, Jermell Charlo. Canelo, take it over.
No, I just want to thank everybody for your support. Thank you. And I'm sorry for waiting that much, but I need to do my doping and all that stuff, but thank you so much, everybody. I'm so happy because I did what I supposed to do, right? And I feel great. And I'm so happy.
All right, if you could please raise your hand. We'll now open questions up to media.
Canelo, directly right here in front of you, straight ahead of you. Right here, Canelo. Terence Crawford, his name keeps coming up, and I know he's a lot smaller than you. Is that a fight that you would ever consider under any circumstance?
I always say if the fight make sense, why not? But he's not in the plan.
He's not in the plan?
No.
Okay. Is there a specific reason for it? Is it because of his size, or it won't do anything for you in terms of pushing you toward your goals?
You know, like I say, if makes sense, maybe. I don't know. I don't know right now. I just gonna enjoy this fight, and please let me enjoy this fight, and then you gonna know what is next for sure.
Do you feel like, you said you weren't happy with the Ryder performance. Do you feel you got back to what made you Canelo tonight with the way you fought against Jermell?
Yeah, I think this is Canelo. This is Canelo. I'm back. Finally, I'm back. I feel confident right now. I feel great, and I'm so happy because I didn't feel like this for a long time, but now I'm back.
Un segundito, ahí estamos, espera. Acá le ponemos. Ahí está, ahora sí lo puedo.
Ya, sí te escuché. La verdad es que me sentí muy bien, ¿no? Me sentí muy bien. Todos los 12 asaltos como si fuera el primero, me sentí bastante bien. Obviamente me hubiera gustado que hubiera más pelea, ¿no? Pero obviamente Jermell Charlo es un gran peleador, salió a moverse, a defenderse muy bien y hicimos lo que teníamos que hacer, pero me sentí bastante bien.
Muchos dicen que ese es el estilo que se te había complicado en algún momento. Hoy, ¿qué enseñanza te dejó enfrentar a Jermell Charlo?
Pues yo creo que ese estilo se les complica a todo peleador, no nomás a mí. Creo que a todo peleador ese tipo de estilos se complican a todos los peleadores, ¿no? Es parte de... Pero creo que hice un buen trabajo y eso me tiene contento.
Canelo, right over here. Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV. Champ, congratulations on another great performance. I wanted to ask you, can you take us back to the 7th round when you scored the knockdown? Can you walk us back through the sequence through your eyes and what you were thinking?
No, I work in the body, the whole fight. I work in the body, and then I change my punch and I take him, and that's what happened with a good punch with right hand.
In my meetings with you this week, Champ, I asked you, we spoke specifically about what you were going to do, and you looked at me and you said, you're going to see, the whole world is going to see. Did you show what you wanted to show tonight, Champ?
Yeah, I would love to do more, but you have him in front of a great fighter. He do his job, no? He move a lot, but I'm happy what I did in the fight. I'm very happy because I feel great.
Canelo, to your over here.
Hi, Dan.
How are you? Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My question for you, as it relates to Charlo, I think it seemed to a lot of people that he seemed so happy at the press conference. I know you weren't here, but and smiling, and he was happy that he survived. He said, "Oh, you knocked out all these other guys, but you didn't knock him out." That it felt like the game plan was to come in, go 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, take a big paycheck, and go back and be champion at junior middleweight. Do you feel like he really ever, at any point in the fight, tried to win?
I think that happened with a lot of fighters, and that's not in my mind, right? To just survive, it's not that way. But then I did my job, right?
But this is not about you not doing your job.
Yeah.
It's-
I'm looking. I did my job, and I think he never do something to win.
So did you then feel like,
No.
pretty much from the first bell, like you had this fight in your control after like round one, he never changed speeds, never really stepped on the gas, never really came forward, and you just marched in and pretty much did what you wanted to do. Is that sort of how you felt?
That was my plan, no? Neutralize everything, what he's gonna come with he is counter punching, he with the left hand, and I try to don't get hit, and sometimes the fighters can't do anything in the ring too.
And just to clarify, when you say your comments after the fight and now again here, that Canelo is back, is that because the hand is now 100%? And
yeah,
that was
my hand is 100%, and I feel good. I feel great. I feel in my prime. I feel fresh, and I'm ready.
so all the people that said that Canelo was past his best days, this is what you showed them tonight?
Yeah, I love it, and we call him. Eddie called him and say, "Hey, you wanna come and go with me to the ring?" And he said yes. And what's amazing? I enjoy a lot. The people was so crazy, so happy, and I enjoy it a lot.
Canelo, buenas noches. Felipe Valenzuela, Univisión 34. Acá hasta atrás, donde están las cámaras. Felicidades por tu reinado en para los dos, para él y para ti. ¿Qué faltó para el knockout y cómo te sentiste? Parece que Charlo durante el campamento habló y habló y habló y parece que fue un corderito dentro del cuadrilátero. Pero ¿qué le faltó a Canelo para finalmente noquearlo? La gente piensa que es muy fácil, pero son 12 rounds como tú lo dices.
Así es, no, mira, 12 rounds son por algo, ¿no? Para mostrar quién es mejor en 12 asaltos. En el boxeo a veces se da el knockout y a veces no. No se pudo en esta ocasión. También tenemos un gran peleador enfrente, ¿no? Que se sabe mover muy bien, es un gran peleador. Hicimos nuestro trabajo y estoy contento con lo que hice. La verdad que a veces no se puede noquear y no por eso no pasa. Aparte, si noqueas, porque noqueas. Si ganas por decisión, porque ganas por decisión. Entonces, yo estoy muy contento con el trabajo que hice. Me sentí muy bien y eso es lo que me hace sentir feliz.
Y para Eddie también, Eddie, caray, has empezado la carrera de Canelo de principio a fin. Me imagino que tienes una satisfacción muy grande de tener un gran campeón mexicano y una leyenda ya viviente. ¿Y por qué no ser uno de los mejores boxeadores de la historia?
No, pues es un trabajo de muchos años que empezamos también con mi papá, que está aquí a un lado. Y pues orgulloso de seguir avanzando, de seguir creciendo en el boxeo y seguir demostrando que México siempre es una de buenos boxeadores.
Martín.
As far as the question for Canelo, why couldn't you knock Charlo out? Again, it was 12 rounds, and Charlo is a savvy fighter, someone that can move around the ring. And, sometimes if you win by knockout, you win by knockout. Sometimes you win by decision, and you win by decision. So I'm happy with the work I did. I did my job. In the end, that's what has me really happy with how everything turned out. And then as far as Eddie and having coached one of the greatest of all time by now, it's the fruits of labor that I did with my dad for decades now. And, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of grit, and in the end, the results they get to show themselves.
Nice job, buddy.
Gracias.
Hola Saúl, ¿cómo estás? Acá Enrique Beas de Radio Centro y de MBS Televisión, felicidades, gusto saludarte, buenas noches. Dos cositas rápidas. El mensaje que mandas, de decir que tu vida es el box, que amas el box. Alguien que ya lo tiene todo, ¿cómo seguir encontrando un deporte que necesita y requiere hambre, que requiere ese ímpetu? Y paralelamente, saber, ¿es un tema de contrato el que ya tus mensajes sean en inglés o por qué ya no son en español más que el Viva México, cabrones?
No, me encantaría hablar en español, ¿no? Antes porque no hablaba inglés, ahora porque no hablo español, entonces me encantaría hablar en general español, pues es lo que, ahora sí que es lo que me hablo mejor, pero pues al final de cuentas pues también hay que darle respeto a la prensa que habla en inglés y a la gente que también nos ve y por eso lo hago más que nada, pero a mí hablar español pues es lo mío, ¿no? Hago un esfuerzo muy grande al hablar el inglés porque yo no estudié ni tomé clases de inglés, simplemente el hablar con mis amigos, el verlo en la televisión, lo he aprendido y hago un esfuerzo muy grande para poder expresarme a nivel mundial con la gente y estar orgulloso de que un mexicano lo haga.
¿Y cómo seguir encontrando ese hambre del boxeo que tanto amas?
Amo lo que hago, estuve 3 meses concentrado, muy feliz, muy contento. Amo lo que hago y estar involucrado en este tipo de peleas grandes, peleas que me motiven. Eso es lo que me mantiene.
Martín.
The first question was, why all of a sudden are you speaking in English all the time? And really, it's about respecting everybody. the media here, the entire world, speaking in English, it's the way that they understand me, so I want to respect them. And besides, it took me a long time to learn English. I didn't study it, like in school, and then it took me a long time to do it, so I'm proud of the way I do it. I represent Mexico with pride too. I would like to speak Spanish all the time if I could, but I gotta respect the media and everybody here. And then the second question was about his love of boxing. How does it, continue on after all these years? And Canelo said that, like, I love boxing. That's why I spent 3 months away from everything, away from my family, and that's why I continue doing it, because of the love of sport.
Ya. Saúl, Ernesto Amador de No Puedes Jugar Boxeo aquí, por favor. Muchas gracias. Dos preguntas rápidamente. La primera de ellas, creo que terminado el mes de septiembre, el mes más mexicano, envías un mensaje de empoderamiento al mexicano. ¿A qué me refiero? Uno ve Viva México, cabrones, Canelo Promotions, soy mexicano y es mi bandera. ¿Qué mensaje envías desde el punto de vista de promotor, de patrocinador, de peleador? Y aparte te das el lujo de empezar a tener un récord interesante en defensas. Esa sería la primera pregunta.
Pues no sé cómo contestarte, porque no es como que quiera dar un mensaje o no sé realmente cómo contestarte esa pregunta. No es como que quiera dar un mensaje o que lo haga por dar un mensaje, no, más bien ¿qué mensaje ven ustedes? Esa es la pregunta para ustedes. La verdad es que lo único que te puedo decir es que me siento muy orgulloso de poder representar a mi país en cualquier lado del mundo donde me pare y poder decir un mexicano mueve todo esto, ¿no? Y el poder ver a la afición contenta, gritando, emocionada, eso me enorgullece muchísimo, y creo que si pudiera mandar un mensaje, creo que mandar un mensaje que todo se puede en la vida, ¿no? De venir de nada a llegar a donde estoy y poder liderar esto es un orgullo para mí.
Justo esa era la parte medular.
The question was about being not just Canelo a fighter, but Canelo a businessman representing Mexico all over the world. And Canelo was saying that he's so proud of representing Mexico all over the world, and he wants Mexico to know that he loves representing it. And look at all the fans tonight, being cheerful and enjoying every single moment of it. So he doesn't really know what message he will send in the beginning, but if there is one message to send, is that anything can be accomplished in life if you set your mind to it. Go ahead, second question.
Finalmente, Canelo, un tema personal, siempre has dicho que ya te da igual lo que piense la gente, y lo cual es muy grato. Al final de cuentas, creo que esta noche peleaste para ti, y te pregunto, ¿es una de las actuaciones que más disfrutaste, que le regalaste tú a Saúl, ese reencuentro con ese boxeo que sorprendió? Prácticamente le dieron un round a Charlo. Entonces, olvidándonos de lo que la gente pensara, preguntándole Canelo a Canelo, ¿es la noche más feliz, la que más has disfrutado boxísticamente hablando?
Pues disfruto todas, es una de las que más he disfrutado, obviamente, porque creo que, como lo dije, ¿no? Nunca creyó en mis habilidades como peleador, se lo demostré hoy, y he tenido muchas noches muy bonitas, y esa es una de ellas.
The question was about whether this was the happiest night Canelo has ever had in boxing, and this definitely has been one of the prettiest, happiest nights I've had. Charlo didn't believe in my skills, and I showed him why he was wrong. So I've had a lot of, memorable nights in boxing. This was definitely one of them.
Canelo, Cindy Aconte, Best Women's Boxing Show, period. Congratulations on a dominating win. I just want to let you know, my co-host Deandra LaBeouf and I did not disrespect your drink, VMC.
Oh,
we
nice.
drank it with ice, the Paloma, and it was delicious. We
Thank
drank all of the Jamaica, and we haven't opened the margarita yet. But yes,
Nice,
and we
nice.
sent you a video.
I'm glad you love it.
Yes, we do.
Glad
So
you
we
love
did not disrespect. Congratulations. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
¿Qué tal?
Gracias.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
One more.
Gracias, Saúl. Oye, Saúl, hemos platicado de tu amistad, por ejemplo, con Sergio Pérez. En la Fórmula 1, luego se dice que a veces cuando tienen hijos pierden un poco la fiereza porque temen lo que le pueda pasar a su persona si dejan a sus hijos, ¿no? En tu caso, Sabemos que eres boxeador desde que eras padre. ¿Cuánto te inspira, sobre todo ahora que tus hijos cada vez están más grandes y conscientes, a seguir haciendo historia que ellos puedan recordar? Y para aquellos que decían, es que ya se va a retirar un año porque ya tiene todo, ese récord de 23 campeones enfrentados, te faltan 4, ¿vas a estar suficiente tiempo para alcanzarlo?
Pues yo me siento muy bien, mientras que me siga sintiendo así, no sé cuántos años más voy a estar en el boxeo, pero estoy disfrutando cada momento en el boxeo, disfrutando que mis hijos tengan la oportunidad de verme la disciplina con la que tomo mi deporte, la disciplina con lo que lo hago, y que aprendan de eso para que en sus vidas les sirva de mucho, ¿no? Y me enorgullece muchísimo.
The question was about when Canelo met Formula One driver Sergio Perez, fellow Mexican. They talked about how, like when you have kids, do you lose your drive? And then the follow-up question was also about how long he plans to stay in boxing. And it's really about, he doesn't know how long he's going to stay in boxing, but he is enjoying the fact that he gets to show his kids what he does. Whether he chases records or not, that's unknown. But the fact that he's getting to show his family and enjoy this with his family, that's what it's all about for him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for the undisputed super middleweight champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez. All right, ladies. Don't forget, Canelo Charlo replay on Showtime next Saturday, followed by the All Access Epilogue. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great night.